He was booed in every game of the Euros. Called a flop, arrogant, annoying, he even became a joke within his own club. And after this scene, where he refused to shake Estevio's hand and mocked the kid for celebrating a goal, many people started to seriously dislike Cucurella. In reality, the hate had been brewing for a while. At the Euros, nobody could understand how this guy was a starter for Chelsea, and even worse, for the Spanish national team. And when you start to think, okay, maybe he deserves all this hate, comes a part of the story that breaks you and makes you rethink everything. It all started in the Euro 2024 final. The entire country of Germany was screaming for justice, and the reason was Cucurella. During extra time in the quarterfinals against Spain, with the game tied 1-1, Cucurella clearly touched the ball with his hand inside the box. A blatant penalty, but the referee simply ignored it. Shortly after, Mikel Merino scored the winning goal that sent Spain through. Germany was eliminated, and the outrage turned into scandal. UEFA itself admitted the mistake. Yes, it should have been a penalty. The result? Over 350,000 signatures demanding a replay of a match, but the worst was yet to come. When asked about the penalty incident, Cucurella just laughed, mocked the Germans, and said, if the ref didn't call it, then it wasn't a penalty. That response was like pouring gasoline on the fire of German anger. Cucurella instantly became a target. He was booed in every game after that, all the way to the final. But he didn't stop there. During the title celebrations, with a microphone in hand, he delivered a completely unprovoked taunt. Run trembles because Cucurella is coming. A star is born. Fun fact, Rudiger, nicknamed Run, played in the Euros. When asked about the provocation, Rudiger responded with class and irony. Last season, he asked me for my jersey. Now he's singing songs about me. Cucurella can do whatever he wants. I don't care. But karma doesn't forget. In the season opener, Chelsea versus Manchester City, Cucurella made a mistake. And guess who took advantage? Holland. Winning goal. And to top it off, a shove while Cucurella was on the ground and a laugh in his face. In England, the situation spiraled for Cucurella. And not just his provocative playing style that led to the meme. When Cucurella touches a ball, everyone wants to do this. And it's not an exaggeration. There are actual images of players completely losing their heads with him. It seems like Cucurella's mere presence drives people crazy. But here's where the story turns, and the part almost nobody shows. His hair has always been more than just a look for Cucurella. It was actually his way of standing out in the crowd. Since he was a kid, he knew there were plenty of players better than him, and that messed with his head. That's when he started growing his hair. It became like armor, a shield against insecurity. It drew attention, gave him confidence, even when nobody believed in him. If today it seems like Cucurella is everywhere on the field, it's because he had to become that guy. Back in the Spanish youth system, he was just a bench warmer. The coach didn't think he had enough talent to start. But one thing stood out, his grit, his heart, his hunger. And that's what caught the eye of a coach at Barcelona who decided to give him a chance. But it didn't end happily. He was promoted to the first team, loaned out, came back, and was rejected again. The club he loved let him go, thinking he wasn't good enough. And then you realize Cucurella has heard no his entire life, but he never stopped, not even when things got rough at home. He has a son with autism who struggles to make friends and adapt at school. And when Cucurella talks about it, he cries. He cries like any father who feels his child's pain. To make things worse, his house was broken into, and since then, his wife can't sleep when he's away. Amid all this, he still has to deal with the hate of millions, without even knowing exactly why. And yet, when he found out he had a fan, he made sure to send a signed jersey in gratitude. He even created a training center with his own name to help kids who dream of becoming footballers. The guy who was once rejected by Barcelona is now the starting left-back for the Spanish national team, Euro champion, Super World Cup champion, and was named the best left-back of the tournament. The truth is, he knows how to play the game. He might seem unbearable, but it's exactly that scrappy, provocative, fiery attitude that got him where he is. At the World Cup, he stirred things up, got thrown to the ground, had his hair pulled, and got into fights with half the opposing team, including some Brazilians. But there's no denying it. He was Chelsea's defensive rock. Cucurella led the team in defensive duels, recoveries, interceptions, and blocked shots. And maybe without him, Chelsea wouldn't have lifted that trophy. This moment in the final proves it. Just 15 minutes into the first half, he was already inside the 6-yard box cutting off PSG's most rehearsed play, the one where they reached the byline and pull it back for a teammate to tap in. That's exactly how PSG scored against Real Madrid, against Inter, and in the final, if it weren't for Cucurella, Rakitic would have scored again. But Cucurella anticipated, cut it off, and changed the course of the match. The truth is, Cucurella runs nonstop, defends however he can, provokes if needed, and annoys his opponents. After hearing the other side of Cucurella's story, do you still feel all that anger toward him, or do you finally understand what's behind it all?